Hi, I'm Jessie, a licensed registered nurse, and I'm here today to teach you how to take a pulse. Pulse is an external measure of your heartbeat. It's considered one of your vital signs because your heart is one of your vital organs. Normal heart rate for a healthy adult is about 60 to 100 beats per minute. For a child under the age of 12, it's going to be about 80 to 110, and for a newborn, it will be even higher, 120 to 160. So why would you want to take a pulse? Well, you may just be curious, but it's also a good idea to know your baseline. What is normal for you? You may want to measure your heart rate while you're exercising as well to make sure you're getting your heart rate up. Now, it's important to note that athletes or people who are really fit may have a lower resting heart rate because their heart is so strong. There are multiple places on the body where you can take a pulse. The easiest are the radial, which is the inside of the wrist, and the carotid, which is the side of the neck. To take a pulse, you're going to want to use your middle and index fingers. Do not use your thumb. Your thumb actually has a pulse and can interfere with your ability to count the pulse in those places. So on your wrist, you're going to place your fingers lightly on the inside part of your wrist and move them around until you'll feel that pulsing sensation under your fingers. For your carotid, again, the side of your neck, it should be either side of your throat, and you'll feel that pulsing sensation when you get it in the right place. You can count for 60 seconds, probably best to use a clock, and that's how you'll get your heart rate. If you can't find your pulse, don't worry. If you're able to look for it, you definitely have one.
So I just want to touch on something real quick. In the video, she had mentioned that you are going to count your pulse for 60 seconds. Now, realistically, if we are engaging in physical activity, we are not going to pause for an entire minute and count how many times we feel a beat over a 60-second period of time. So what we would do as an alternative is we would count for something that will add up to that 60 seconds. So for example, if I count my pulse for 6 seconds, and I multiply that number by 10, it's going to get me to 60 seconds in a minute so I can find my pulse over that minute span. So let me go ahead and give you an example here. I want you to find your pulse, whether that's on your neck or on your wrist. So we'll pause for a second so you can find it. And I am going to start my stopwatch for 6 seconds. So when I say go, start counting, and when I say stop, stop counting how many times you feel that beating sensation. Ready? Go. Stop. So I felt 7 beats in that 6-second time frame. So if I want to make that equal out to how many beats I'm getting in 1 minute, what I would do is I would multiply that number by 10. Hopefully at this stage in your life, you are aware to multiply by 10, we are going to add a 0. So if I got 7 beats in 6 seconds, then I would get 70 beats in 1 minute because I'm multiplying that number by 10. You're just adding a 0. So if I got 7, which is what I got, it would be 70. If you got 8, it would be 80. If you got 12, it would be 120, etc. So just be aware of that. There are also other ways that we can find this number. We don't have to do it for 6 seconds. We could do it for 10 seconds. Like I said, it has to even out to 60 seconds. So if I'm counting for 10 seconds, I need to multiply that number by 6 to get to 60 seconds. If I'm counting for 15 seconds, I would have to multiply that number by 4 to get to 60 seconds. And then if you want to do it for 30 seconds, it's a longer period of time. You would just multiply the number you get by 2. As you can see, these are all just estimates. The best thing would be to count it for an entire minute, but this is actually pretty accurate and close. If you have any questions about understanding how to do that formula and how to find the number of beats per minute, please reach out to me, Miss Carl, or Mr. Toomey in class, and we would be happy to help you with any questions you have.